What is up, guys, and welcome back to another game week of Sid Selections. And we are here in game week 9 as I look to try and get into that top 100 spots in the FPL. And as you can see, we've had a good game week 8. So coming off the back of that, we've reached the top 200 for the first time this year. We're up to 187th there, as you can see. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. Let's take a look at the other leagues as well. As you can see here, rising up in most of our leagues, actually falling in the Spurs leagues this week. So despite rising up in the overall rankings, the Spurs fans in general had a good week, game week 8. So dropping down to 6th place there, but rising up to 71st, made it into the top 100 of all players in England. Which is pretty epic if you ask me, and yeah, we're up to 187th overall there, as you can see. So we're creeping up towards that top 100. Let's see if we can do it this week then. I feel like it's going to be baby steps though. I feel like we're going to be creeping up there at a slow pace. So the big story this game week is the big man is back. De Bruyne fully fit, confirmed. He is back after the international break. So the first thing we're going to be looking to do is bringing this man back onto the pitch. So it's great news. The playmaker is here and they are playing Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace having an actually great season so far, up in 6th place. They are not conceding. However, they're also not scoring. In the top 11 places in the Premier League, they're the only team to have not hit double figures yet in the goals scored column. 8 goals from the season. So, I mean, they're not looking very good going forward, but they are looking very good at the back. So, I mean, with that in mind, I'm just going to talk about Edison here. So I'm going to leave Edison in goal because of the fact that Palace just don't look like scoring at the moment. They're low down there on the goal scoring charts, and they haven't really got that token striker up the top. So Edison is going to stay in goal. But even though Palace aren't conceding very much, I'm going to be bringing De Bruyne on for Kelly. De Bruyne, the playmaker, he will tear any team apart this season as long as he's on the pitch. And it doesn't matter how good Palace have been at the back. Man City with a De Bruyne in the midfield, he will just find ways through that back. And there will be goals. I don't know who's going to get the goals for City. They come from all over the pitch, which is it's good for them. Like, that's what makes them such a good team. City, but De Bruyne may be in the goals himself this week, but even if he's not, he will be creative. He will be. He's easily my best player in the world at the moment. So, yep, he's definitely going to be coming on, and Kelly is going to be coming off. So yeah, we've spoken about Edison, and let's move on to the defense for this game week. And I'm going to be honest, it's not looking great with the players I've got back there. I'm not very confident for this week in the defence. Van Dijk definitely going to stay there. He's still not on the same level as Alexander Arnold. So it's annoying that I haven't got Alexander Arnold in the team, but Van Dijk is definitely up there in the points in the defence so far. Liverpool look good at the back, as they have done for a couple of seasons now since they brought in Van Dijk in particular. So he's going to stay at the back. Interesting stat I saw that this week there was a news story on the decline of the top 6, and how they usually have been. So that's Spurs, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and United, and there's been a decline in them this season, especially where you look where they are at the moment. Man United in 12th, Spurs in 9th, and Chelsea they're just about there in 5th. But yeah, that. There was a bunch of stats on those top 6 teams, and Man United have one of the worst. Only Newcastle are worse than this season. The worst goal conversion rates. So a statistic that's based on good opportunities that teams should be finishing, and Man United are just not converting those chances. So it's interesting to see that. I mean, it's no surprise either. I mean, United strengthened really well at the back this season, but did not strengthen going forward in the slightest. So with that in mind, I'm happy to leave Van Dijk in the team here, playing United. I think Liverpool are going to come away with a win, but with the strong United defence, I don't think it's going to be a big win. Maybe a 1 or 2-0, especially with the rivalry there. Things could get a little bit intense, but I think it's only going to be a 1 or 2-0 to Liverpool. But I can't see United scoring, so hopefully clean sheet in the bag there for Van Dijk. Then we're looking at the other defenders that we've got here. So we've got Peters, Lundstram, and Rico. And Rico, complete no-go this week. Norwich, they're playing, and Norwich love the counter-attack. They love to throw players forward. That is the reason why they are they're getting goals this season. Yeah, they're leaky at the back. Oh my God, they're leaky at the back. And that's the reason why Callum Wilson is 100% staying on the field for me this week. But I don't fancy Bournemouth keeping a clean sheet here against Norwich. Norwich should get a goal, and hopefully it'll be Pukki. A little bit of a drought in the last couple of weeks, Pukki, but he got 2 goals. 2 goals in the game for Finland against Albania. And what was it, Armenia? It was either Albania or Armenia, I forget which one, but yeah, not exactly strong opposition, Albania or Armenia, but Pukki did net 2 goals. That would do his confidence the world good, so hopefully Pukki can find some goals there against Bournemouth. I think that's going to be a reopen game, so they're both going to stay on the pitch because I both think they have the potential to get goals this week. So in fact, speaking of the up front, going to keep them completely as they are. Wilson, Pukki, Abraham, all on the field for me this week. So then, let's talk about that defence again. So Rico is not going to come on the pitch, so I'm kind of left with Lundstram and Peters, which isn't great. I can't see Sheffield United keeping a clean sheet against Arsenal, especially with Aubameyang. He's going to be looking for the goals up top for Arsenal, and he's doing well this season. He's still looking hungry for goals like he did last season. So Lundstram, I can't see him keeping a clean sheet. But the good thing about Lundstram is if if Sheffield United, that is, do get a goal against Arsenal, Lundstram could be involved in that. They like to get him up the pitch. So hopefully, even if he can't keep his clean sheet, maybe you can get an assist or something somewhere. And Peters, now, ideally I wouldn't want him on the pitch this week, but I don't think this is the worst place to leave him either, because Leicester and Burnley is going to be a very dull game in my opinion. Leicester like to counter-attack. Burnley do well sitting back. Burnley don't commit men forward, and I think that's going to play really well into their hands playing Leicester this week because of the fact that Leicester like to counter, and I don't think Leicester are going to be able to break down Burnley this week. So there is a potential that Peters keeps his clean sheet this week, but I am not entirely sure. Let's be real. They have got Vardy up front, Leicester, and he likes getting goals. He's also hungry for goals. He does well on the counter-attack usually, but I do think Vardy can get a goal against Burnley. So probably not a clean sheet, but it could be a clean sheet because of the fact it could be quite a dull game that Leicester play into Burnley's hands really here. The fact that Burnley like to sit back a little bit, invite pressure themselves, and then work the ball up the pitch. So I don't know, that's going to be a hard game, but that's not the ideal defence this week, I will be honest. Now then, let's look at that big midfield then. What are we going to do with this? Now, Mount stays on the pitch 100%. He is going to be contributing a lot with Abraham this week against Newcastle. Newcastle don't look great, they're conceding. They definitely don't score at the moment. I don't think that can be doing their confidence a world of good. Only 5 goals this season for Newcastle, so it's going to be rough for them. And I feel like Chelsea, even though they're shaky at the back and are conceding goals everywhere at the moment, going forward they look like an absolute well-oiled machine. And like 70-80% of the goals this season are going to come through that Mount and Abraham sort of link. They're working really well off of each other. I love watching them play. It's really exciting football, and they're just going to tear Newcastle a new one. I'm going to be honest. I think Chelsea should get goals in that game. So Mount's 100% on the pitch. As we mentioned, De Bruyne, so happy to be back. It's very good for him. I actually think Chelsea will do better against Newcastle than City will do against Palace. Palace, as we've talked about, good at the back. There will be goals and a win for Man City, I'm sure of it. But I actually think Chelsea are going to play the better out of the two and get a better win And because of the fact that Abraham is their one real goal source at the moment for Chelsea, he's gonna stay my captain. I can't believe I'm saying it because I love captaining De Bruyne. He's a great player, best in the world at the moment. But points can come all over the place in that Man City team, whereas Abraham is a strong source of points in that Chelsea team. So he's going to stay my captain for this week again. Now, this man Salah didn't play for Egypt, not having a great season. He looks lethargic. He looks a little bit slow. Yes, he's getting some points. He's up there in the points. I think he's third in the midfielders at the moment. I'm happy. It's good. He's getting points, but he's just not the same player this year as he was last year, which is disappointing. And with them playing Man U this week, I said that Liverpool will win, but is Salah going to be on the score sheet? Now, I can't see it happening personally. Mane or Firmino potentially have a better chance than Salah of netting a goal against United, and I feel like the passion that's going to be shown between the United and Liverpool players isn't going to be shown by Salah. Like I say, he just looks a little bit slow and not entirely on it this year. So I don't know if he'll rise up to that pressure in such a big derby, being Liverpool United. So I'm seriously considering taking out Salah, and so I've been looking into this a little bit, and so we're going to take out Salah, but he may be back next week, and Salah is going to come out for Son. Now, yeah, you're probably thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Why the hell is he putting a Spurs player on for this week? Now, the reason why is because Spurs are playing Watford. Watford are easily the worst team in the league by far at the moment, and they look horrendous. Now, as bad as Spurs are playing, they are getting goals. They're on 14 goals this season. They're up there, doing well. Yes, they do not look well as a team, but Spurs are getting goals. And Son is the De Bruyne of Spurs. He is the creator. He is the one that can tear teams apart. He is creative, and he has great vision, and he does a lot for that Spurs team. On his day, he will do everything that Spurs need him to do. And even with them being in a little bit of a slump, not looking very good this season, there's apparently tensions in the team, Son will easily perform. He can be an individual playmaker as well. So with them playing bottom of the league, I'm putting in Son this week, guys. It's happening. Salah is coming out. I don't think Salah will actually do that much against United. I may be proven wrong. And even if Salah does come back and get some point against United, he's only going to go up maybe 0.1 or 0.2 million. He can come back in next week. I'll have the money in the bank to get him back instead of having Son, because I can't see Son staying in there, especially because Spurs are actually playing Liverpool the following game week. So I can't see me keeping Son in the team beyond this game week. But I think for the one free transfer this week, I think I'm going to do it, guys. Son is going to come into my team. I'm not losing money either. Salah was 12.5 million when I put him in. He's 12.5 million now. It's just a freebie for this week, guys. So, yeah, Son's going to come in. I'm going to do that. Confirm transfer. There it goes. And that leaves me with... okay, some reason it's put De Bruyne back on the bench. Definitely no. Some reason, yeah. Okay, there we go. So, I think that's going to be the team. I mentioned... I mentioned Bournemouth probably not going to keep a clean sheet against Norwich. So for that reason, I'm also going to switch Stevens and Rico around. But other than that, in fact, I'm actually going to put Rico down the bottom as well. I'll put Kelly up there. But other than that, yeah, I think this is going to be my team for this week, guys. Game week 9. Some potentially a big play there by taking Salah out. Let's hope he has a little bit of a slump, because everyone else is going to have Salah in, I think. Still, especially those top spots in the top 100. Hopefully we can gain some points there by switching it up. Hopefully Salah slumps and Son really tears Watford apart. So, yeah, guys. Well, wish me luck. Hopefully climb up that list and leaderboard a little bit further. Still aiming for that top 100. It's going to be the goal for all of this season, guys. And, yeah, well, wish me luck. I hope you all have good game weeks too. And I will see you all next week. Peace out.